Hi everybody, welcome to the game. My name is Litilisius, some guys know me as Larry. Today we're gonna try this again. We're gonna be trying to hit 21 loot inside a 100% Delirium map. Now I've been trying to hit 20 before, but with a few changes that became relatively easy. And now we wanna hit 21, which is proving to be a bit more difficult. Now to do this we have a build, which you guys saw in previous showcases, which is pretty much immortal. Of course it's not 100% immortal, but it comes damn near close. Has a high damage output and is capable of just walking through these maps and gathering enemies before killing them, creating an optimal situation in which you can use / abuse beyond mechanics. Now the disadvantage you will be encountering in a situation like that is an extreme amount of lag, so that's why I'm not streaming this to Twitch. That might be just too much to handle and you get continuous crashes. Do I advise you guys to do this strategy? No. If you want a smooth gameplay and just zap through your maps and have fun without any jerky mechanics, this isn't the way to do it. For me, this is just a way to see how far can we push these mechanics, right? What's the limit? That's all we're doing here. And that's what this build is made to do. Now, for how we set it up, we have a map with an enchantment on there, which is 5 additional breaches. We will be having 13 breaches in total. Cemetery probably isn't even the most ideal map, but it's the one I did the previous tests with, so it's the one I'll keep doing for, you know, good tests and comparison to see if we got more than the last map, right? If you start suddenly changing maps, it's not a good way to indicate what growth happened. So as you see, we rolled it with a pretty big pack size, we rolled it with Beyond. We're going to be having 42% Beyond on there, which is part because of this, but also because of the sextant modifiers we use. We use the elevated Beyond here, we use faster rewards Delirium, we use 2 breaches and 2 abysses, both elevated. And of course we use winged breach, we use winged abyss, we use gilded blight and winged harbinger. For the atlas, this is the way it's set up. And the reason we did this is we took most of these nodes, right, effective modifiers of your non-unique maps, which is also a multiplier for your Beyond chance. We are also using Beyond here, and Beyond here. This is pack size for incursions. We will always be doing Alva, right, see, pack size. We use pack size over here for the breaches, only pack size, the rest I don't really care all too much about. Same thing for the abysses. So yeah, you see a pattern here, everything is just made for more pack size. In here we have a 20% chance for an additional blight. If we hit that and we don't mess up the blight encounter, this might actually lead to the 21 loot. I'm fairly certain it will, but we just need to hit it, and it's a 1 in 5 chance, so it might be this run, it might be not for 20 runs, we never know. But yeah, if you have any questions about either the scarabs or the map setup or anything else, just let me know, put it under the YouTube video, find me on Discord or in game, and I'll try to answer as best I can. If you have any suggestions on how to beef this even more, I would certainly like that. I mean, we're always open to finding new ways to go beyond what we do here. So the thing we do here is we always go beyond Alva. Beyond, and we take, in this case we take Searing Exarch, which is just an extra bit of density and it'll just create a few more monsters. Now before we do this, I probably should check if I didn't make any mistakes. We have 6 incursions remaining, which means, right, sometimes you make a mistake and you only have 1, which would be bad in a map like this. Beyond Temple of Water, okay. Everything seems to be set up properly. Okay, let's see if we can make it work. Hopefully without any crashes, but no guarantees when you do something like this. Okay, let's get it going, see what happens here. Now the goal here is to not just kill enemies outright. We want to take our time, relax, and get those Beyond mechanics going. which means we actually use phasing on a watcher's eye. We swap our watcher's eye from pure damage to phasing, because we actually want to have a slew of monsters following us. It will not be nice in terms of lag, but it will proc beyond better than anything else. So that's why we do it. We want beyond, and as you can see, it's working quite nice. Now the problem with that is that your character becomes a little bit more difficult to control. Headhunter also doesn't really help. The issues you will face is that you might accidentally proc a breach. And this also shows you guys why we made the build the way we made it, because I don't think any other build would just survive this, right? If you get hit too many times, it's not gonna be good. So we go inside the incursions and we do the same thing. We don't outright attack. We want to like get everything together here, and only then do we attack. Timer going up a little bit. There we go. And beyond is coming together nicely here as well. And we are already at 10 loot. I would like to say that we're halfway there, but you guys know that from a certain point it'll go very, very slow. Perfect. Now the thing that we would like, that's like a Hail Mary thing, is like a double Alva. I mean a double Cassia, right? A double blight. If we can hit that, oh man, we're in for something good. That might do the trick. And in the meantime, all we do is try to not accidentally hit a breach or a green dot as I hit a breach. So far it hasn't been too laggy. I know that sounds stupid, but you guys will see what happens when it really becomes laggy. Oh, there you go. I shouldn't have said that. Super nasty. And again, we are not attacking continuously because we don't want to. We want to kind of create a situation where we have the highest amount of loot through beyond, which means we can't simply just stand and attack, or we will waste a lot of the beyond mechanics that are possible to hit. So we take a little distance, try to create the highest beyond density as possible. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. Omniphobia, well, there's no reason to spare him, right? You can just outright attack him as hard as you want. So we have one Cassia, and I don't think we'll get a second one. Again, density, and this will show you guys perfectly what the build is capable of. We don't attack, right? We just move. Just try to create density, then we attack. So that creates beyond. We don't attack, and we only attack when you get like an insane amount of density, creating the best mechanical response possible, although not really for your GPU or the server probably. 15 loot so far. Okay, let's see here. Not too bad. Ghosts. And again, that really shouldn't be an issue, right? You can just stand and bang with him, he'll die. And we are extremely careful not to accidentally hit anything at least double. If you hit 2 abysses and you miss one or something like that, right? That you don't get all the monsters killed, that's not good. Okay. So here we go. We try not to kill them quickly. We gotta create a situation where we get it like a really busy thing going, and now we attack. We know they're all coming, so we're gonna have a good beyond response, creating the highest possible loot. And it's become somewhat of an obsession, although it's not even a good way to farm anymore. It's become the only thing I'm doing now. Getting the highest possible number of splinters off of a map, aiming to reach 2 full simulacrums, if that's even possible. Alright, so again we only have 1 Cassia, which means we're gonna have a struggle for 21. But we're still gonna try, let's see. And again, we don't just attack, we wanna get those guys together. Unless we run out of time, then you have to attack. Nice and busy. Lots of beyond. Nice. So far we haven't been too lucky with Alva as well. You could actually get up to 80 splinters from an Alva. If you just get only the magic monsters and a high density layout. Usually when that happens, you know, you're gonna be having some fun. An extreme amount of loot. And as you guys can see, now it starts to become slightly more laggy because for some reasons, right, they don't remove beyond portals. So each of those portals that get spawned stays spawned. At some point it'll become just difficult to walk, let alone have a decent fight. Which is why it's so important to use a build somewhat like this, where lag isn't really an issue. Except for your eyes, but not for your survival. And you guys can see how much loot comes out of a abyss, especially with those nodes that we did, right? We use everything winged. So there's an insane amount of monsters that pop out of these abysses, which is why it's so important you don't accidentally hit one and don't know what happened or don't know where it is. Okay, I think I should do Cassia before I create any more lag in the map, because this might be the most lag heavy thing there is. And it's a bad Cassia, it's only 5. That is not good at all, actually. Yeah, that's not good. And again here, you want to kinda not kill them too fast, but not let them reach the pump either. And with Beyond, you get the problem that they teleport towards you, you know what I mean? They teleport towards the pump, which is not gonna be good. So you have to find this balance of letting them spawn to get the Beyond going, but not letting them spawn too long. Which is rough. And this isn't a good one at all. You can pretty much already say that it's going to be impossible to hit that 21 on this one. Not gonna happen. Really bad Cassia. And Cassia is where it's at in terms of loot. You guys can see the progression, right? Go from 17 to 18 just from the Cassia. That is huge. Cassia down. And she dropped 33 splinters. Now on a good Cassia, again, you'd expect something in the range of 70 to 80 splinters. So again, this won't be it. We won't hit 21. You want to kind of see a 10 lane Cassia, and if possible have 2 of those. But yeah. And here comes the famous lag with these types of maps and mechanics that we use. An insane amount of lag. Let's kill the boss. Oh, pop that breach. And as you can see, we're only gonna hit like 20 loot, but that's still really good. 21 probably not gonna happen. And this is what the league has come down to for me. Trying to just go beyond what I did before. Trying to get to some new level, whether it's in terms of loot or anything else. Just getting through that extra thing. And 20 loot is already pretty decent, but I've seen 21 really up close. Just barely didn't happen. Yeah, and at some point you're just, okay, I want that 21. Oh, let's grab those splinters while we're at it. There you go. Oh, that's a nice dance breach. Really, really dance. So this is why I'm, partly why I'm using cemetery, right? Those breaches are where you get most of your progression from, and you don't want them to spawn inside of a small chamber or something like that, you know what I mean, where you don't get monsters, because they don't spawn in walls or anything. Got another breach here, let's hit it. Another dance one. That'll put us at 19 for sure. If the server survives. Jesus. So you guys can hear that the sound is going weird. I hope it's not the same for the mic. I hope it's just in game. Jesus Christ. And as you can see, each encounter that we clear, it becomes more problematic to even walk, because like I said, all these beyond mechanics are still going. Like those portals are things that look like pincers or whatever it is, are still going, which can be a little problematic. Right, create density, get everything together, and only then we attack. This is a pretty decent Alva though. I think this is one of those everything is magic ones. You can see the difference in the time progression, but again, a horrible layout. You want that big open layout, everything magic, so there's a lot of RNG that goes into a potential 21. I'd be surprised if this one hits 20. It's a pretty bad map. Well, we've got another one. So now you're looking at 46 Simulacrum Splinters, which is a little better, but you know, still kinda meh. So we have another breach. Probably a few more of those green dots, right? The abysses. See if we can hit at least 20. Holy shit. Just a little bit lag. And then of course you have looting, which is, you know, usually you just loot, but on a map like this that takes a little while. Now right after this one we're gonna be doing an attempt number 3, because I really do want that 21. I think it's possible and I don't want to swap maps doing it. This seems to be a Chayula breach. Not really spawned in the best location, as you guys can see, right? I told you, when something spawns near a wall, you lose quite a bit of your expansion possibilities for a breach. The ability to expand goes down, which means you get less monsters. Oh, don't crash, Jesus. Yeah, just walking becomes a fight for survival of your game. But here we go, loot going up. Now we just gotta not lose the green dot. There it is. 19.8. Please don't crash. Okay, closing in on 20. We have 2 more abysses, but that's not enough for 21. I mean 21, I think it's kind of hard to put it in numbers, but I think getting from 20 to 21 requires more monsters than you usually find on a Delirium map. It's so much monster requirement to get to there that it's and I just accidentally procced that breach, so now we have abysses, so now we have to fight 2 at the same time, which we will. I think that is possible. As long as we don't mess up again somehow. Go back for this one. Oh shit, where is it? Oh, there it is. 20 loot, here we go. Like I said, right, that has become relatively easy, but hitting 21, man, I mean... that's gonna be really, really hard. And that thing keeps going. And as you guys can see, even though we kill a lot of monsters, you barely see any movement in terms of 20 to 21. It's an insane amount of extra monsters that we need. And that's where a second Cassia comes in. As soon as you have a second blight, which is a 1 in 5 chance, and you make a map like this, I wouldn't say you got it, but you might just have a chance. This thing keeps going. It's the unending abyss. And it just ended. Me and my big mouth. Holy shit, that's a lot of loot. Oh, don't crash, don't crash. Jesus Christ, just afraid to walk. We have another breach. I don't know if the game can handle it, but we'll try. So remember me saying I don't recommend you guys doing this? I think now you already know why. We do a little better now in the progression, but it's still, you know what I mean, it's still like 20.3, and if you want 21, you're far off. It's not a matter of, well, if you open like a treasure chest or something and a monster pops out, you'll get it. You're just way too far off. That's not enough. So I think that's it. And again, you know, I guess this shows you guys why the build is made the way that it's made. Okay. So now it's loot time. Before we go in, right, we already picked up a few things. Now, it's always hard to guess, but I'm guessing we're looking at about 450 splinters, maybe a little more. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to do the fun thing and pick them up one by one. I've got another one of these maps ready to go. And I'll make another video about it after a short break. But hitting that 21 is proving to be one hell of a challenge. So what do you guys think? Any suggestions? Anything you can add? Let me know. Put it under the video. I think the build is pretty much where it needs to be. I just think, like, mechanically wise, I might be able to do one or two things to improve my chances of a potentially higher loot count. Okay. Yeah, I wish there was like a button you could press, vacuum up all the splinters or something, you know what I mean? I guess the creators of the game didn't take into consideration that you might actually try to get 500-600 splinters off of a map. They're like, yeah, you know, they drop like 10 or 20, that's no problem, they can just manually pick it up. And they're right about that. But yeah. One of the scarabs, one of the Delirium orbs that we used here were for scarab skittering. I got it off guard, so I was like, might as well put it in. But that probably does mean we won't do this on one inventory. Might have to go back in between. In case you guys are wondering, yes, this still is profitable. But there are better ways and faster ways to make about the same, if not more profit, in terms of 100% Delirium maps. This really isn't about the highest profit per investment anymore, this is just about squeezing the game for all it's worth. And it's not like you have to worry about getting killed while you loot by a stray monster, which is really relaxing. Yeah, you can see just how much lag it is just walking around. We didn't crash though, I'm kinda happy with that. I'm pretty sure that if I had my Twitch stream up now, it might have gone, like we like to say, tits up. But so far it's still stable-ish. Now we just hope for an insane... Oh! Okay. Nice, Exalt. Now we just hope for an insane map on the next one, or preferably like a double Cassia, double blight. I mean, I do like to see those unrighteous turn to ash. Christ. It never ceases to amaze me just how much loot there is. And this might sound stupid, but for me the best indicator that we might have a potential record in terms of Simulacrum Splinters, current record is 514, is when I crash. I know that sounds a little silly, but usually the amount of Simulacrum Splinters is an indication of just how much loot in general is on the map, which is partly what's causing the lag, aside from the beyond mechanics. We're about halfway through. I would like to time how long it takes the looting versus the clearing of the map. I think you're at least spending the same amount of time, if not more, looting than you do actually clearing it. I am pleasantly surprised about the fact that we didn't crash yet. At this point I gotta resist the temptation to just look how many splinters I have. I always like it to be some kind of a surprise where you go like, oh damn. And of course we always hope that second part might hit a new record on one of these maps, get over that 514. We should be almost done now. Kinda. Oh. And I still do think we have some profit here. Even the price though, even though the prices of Simulacrums are like underground almost. But hey, if you don't make profit in these maps, which is highly unlikely, you just run the Simulacrums and I guarantee you make profit in those. And like I said, you get 1.5 Simulacrums per map. Oh, there you go. Was afraid of that. We're full. Oh, so that's 459 splinters so far. We might actually hit a new record on this one. Now I'm gonna go to town. I'm gonna put a few of the things away. I'm gonna do this slowly, show you guys that I'm not adding anything to my inventory. So let's first put away the things that you don't get more off of. Okay. Okay, so just like this. I'm gonna leave the rest in there because that's all quote-unquote valuables, so we can get a better picture of what happened in the end, how much we got. Hope we don't crash on re-entry. That happens sometimes. It didn't. Good. Oh man, are we gonna have a new record in Splinters? We didn't hit 21, but we may just have a new highest splinter count. I don't know. You never know until you know. But yeah, there's a lot of splinters still here. This might be good. Man, I would like to hit 2 Simulacrums in one map. Because let's be honest, the cheaper they get, the harder, you know, we need to drop them. In terms of profit. Okay. Did we or did we not break 514? No, that's 25 right there. That's big. Come on. Okay, this is the end in sight here. Easy does it. Okay, let's make one pass. Let's make sure we haven't missed anything here. Get a tabula. Scanned. Holy that is 567. "33 splinters away from 2 simulacrums." Dude, we need a second Cassia. That'll do it. That'll be 2 whole simulacrums pulled off of one map. Jesus Christ. I think we're done though. I think this is it. Oh. There we go. Forgot to put on the flasks. Well, look at that. That's insane. Print screen that. $567 Splinter. Jesus Christ. Okay guys, well, like I said, I'm gonna be doing another one because I really do want to be hitting this 21. Will I hit it? I'm not too sure, but we're gonna try, and I hope this one will be even more extreme than this one. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next map. See what we can do there. Catch you guys in a bit.